if you're just setting up an automated home media system and you're using things like LiDAR, radar, sonar to find and manage media, sometimes you'll have an error that says you're using Docker and your download client is using this to download the files, but the Docker container doesn't seem to have mapped, even though you did the setup absolutely correctly. I've got a free tool in my GitHub that will solve this for you. Let me show you how to install it. So this is an example of the error that I'm talking about. The app is built to use transmission. I will update it to add some others later, but it's placing downloads here and it doesn't seem to exist. If you get it in one, you'll probably get it in the rest. So this is very simple to use. All you have to do is go to my GitHub, find RMapper, click the code button, click HTTPS, and then copy the URL to the clipboard. Then go into the terminal on whatever system you're running. I have tested this in Unraid, and I've tested it on a Ubuntu server running Docker and Docker Compose. So it will run for that. Umbrail, TrueNAS, Proxmox, I haven't tested it on. Please let me know if it works for you. All you need to do is CD into the folder where you would install your application. For me, it's mount user app data. And then all you do is git clone and paste in the URL, enter, then CD into the RMapper folder. So ARR -mapper, MAPPER. And then we're going to do Docker compose up -d build. Now this is going to build on port 3000. If you need to change port 3000 because you've got something else running on it, go nano docker compose.yml and just change the ports, the first port from 3000 to whatever you want. Let's say 3009. That's what I'm going to use. Control O, enter, Control X to escape. And then I'm going to redo the build because I've just changed the port. And then I'm going to go to the IP address of the server and that port number. And this is what you'll see. And yes, there's a dark mode. So the first thing is you need to add connections. I'm going to add LiDAR as that's the one that's got issues. So I'll call that LiDAR. Select LiDAR. Host is the IP address of the server, and then the port that LiDAR is running on, and then the XAPI key. XAPI key, go into your settings, go into general, and you'll find an API key just here. Copy that into the mapper, hit save, and then test. Then it's reachable. Then the next step. You have to set the folders that you've got set up. This, you would usually have a temporary and a complete. So click browse, and I'm going to go into, for me, it's in mount user, and I've got it set up in this particular system under a transmission, and then I have a temp folder, select, and I need to map my complete folder. So for me, it's exactly the same, mount user, transmission, complete, select. And then I need to connect where I've set my folders to store my music. For instance, I've, default movies, things. You can add more audiobooks and whatever you want. So because I'm just going to do LiDAR, I'm just going to go to my music, browse, and for me, mount user, I think I've got content, music, select folder. You would select them all. Now I will run scan, and it shows the only one that has an issue that I've connected has an issue, and it's you're not using it. So all I have to do is click the recompute from save folders. I need to connect my transmission. Totally forgot. So add connection, transmission, the port it's on, the IP it's on, and I'll find the port transmission is on, 9091. And then the username and password, which I did user pass in my set up, and then I'll test. Okay, run the scan again. It's now found transmission is set up. Recompute. It is now able to recompute. Click fix. Now that is automatically creating files, creating folders, resetting everything correctly. So the downloads will go into the correct folders. Now if I hit run scan, that error has been solved. And if I go back in to download clients, we'll see that the remote path mapping has automatically been done. The error is gone away. That should solve all of your issues. If it helps, feel free to buy me a coffee. And if you don't know, I do guides and giveaways and a lot of code stuff on my Patreon. It's $2 a month. It helps support what I do. Please go and subscribe over to my Patreon. I really appreciate it.